Welcome. So we're going through exercise 13C, and in this video we're going through question 5C. So we need to sketch this graph before us. Now what do we see? I have -3 raised to the power of x minus 2. The first thing that I'm going to deal with is this minus 2, because that's nice and easy. That tells me that I have an asymptote of y equals -2. So I'm going to draw that in. Y equals -2. The next thing that I need to consider is the fact that I have this negative at the front. What's that going to change? Well, that's going to be a reflection across my x-axis. So if you can picture this for a second, normally my graph is like that, but if it's reflected across my x-axis, that means it's going to be reflected that way. So this is going to go away, and that is what I'm left with. I now need to figure out what this is, my y-intercept. So obviously it's going to be 0 something. And what is that something going to be? Well, to find, that's an ugly F. To find y int let x equal 0. So I'm going to have y equals -3x minus 2, y equals -3. Instead of that x, I'm going to put a 0, minus 2, y equals, now I have -3 raised to the 0. Well, that's going to be -1, because 3 raised to the 0 is 1. I have that minus there, so it's going to be -1. Then it's going to be subtract 2, which is going to be y equals -3. And just like that, I have my answer. So that means I'm going to have a -3 right there. Now, for this question, I also have to list my asymptote. My asymptote is going to be y equals -2. I have to list out what my y-intercept is going to be, which is going to be 0, -3. Oh, my computer's freaking out a little bit. 0, -3. And then finally, the question wants me to list my range. Remember, with your range, you always list out the smallest number first. So in this case, as you can see, it's all my y values. So it's going to be -infinity. And then it's going to stop at -2, not including it, because remember, it is an asymptote. So there are your answers right there. Y equals -2 is your asymptote. 0, -3 is your intercept. And -infinity to -2 is your range. Hopefully this has been helpful to you.